Hello? Does anyone hear me? Comments will appear here, it says. I have to get so close, I can't see. Does it? Hi, it's Elisa Klinger. I don't know if anyone's here. I think I'm live. I see one set of eyes. Stacy is watching. Hi. I got my first reader. Hi, I'm Elisa Klinger. I'll just wait. I'm on a little early. Hi, everybody's here. How nice, exciting. Oh my goodness. Okay, so I am here to give a little talk about my latest book, but I'm going to wait a little bit and say hello, Delia. I hope that's correct. Linda's here. You can hear my voice. I'm a little nervous, a little shaky. This is my very first time doing this. I was a school teacher, so I'm used to being in front of children and parents. So I think I'll warm up as I get more used to this. Linda says, welcome everyone. Hi, welcome Linda. This is the perfect time to thank Linda for giving me this opportunity to meet with everyone and for you to get to know me. It's my first novel. It's a mystery thriller. And for her to give me this time to meet with everyone. Hi, Joanne. Hi, everyone. Okay, more people. Okay, nice to meet you all. It's funny. I got to keep going close to see the small print. Getting old. It's okay. Oh, it's like Della, like fella. Did I say that right? Oh, I hope so. Tell me if I said that right. I remember when I had to do graduation ceremonies at the end of the year, and they gave me like the whole graduating class, and I knew most of the kids, and sometimes I would say the name incorrectly. Ooh, I apologize. Okay, Kay is watching. Sherry's watching. Okay, a lot of people coming here. So what I'd like to do is, I believe I have about 30 to 45 minutes, and what I'd like to do is start to start to tell you a little bit about myself, and then I will get into the book. Here is a copy of it. Oh, there's a little bit of a glare. It's called The Perfect Move, and I had a lot of fun creating this story. I did a lot of research and really loved my characters, loved creating them. What I want to do is just tell you just a little bit about myself and how I ended up writing the book. I was a school teacher for many years. I taught the talented and gifted, and I just love facilitating learning, and I love telling stories to the children. And then when I had gotten pregnant, I stayed home with my two wonderful children. And in turn, if I would start to tell them stories, bedtime stories, and we would create all the time. And so I dabbled a little bit in children's books, and I enjoyed that for many years. And then when I got older, I didn't go back when they got older, and I started to get involved in real estate. A cool cover, it says here. Did you get input on it? Okay. So I'll just finish and then I'll tell you about the cover, because the cover is a fantastic story there too. So I'll quickly wind it down to that. I love telling stories, and this was a story, Toni Morrison, I believe, said a quote that if you had a story to say that wasn't out yet, then you should write it. So I wanted to write this story and get a lot of the themes out that I think I do bring out in this book. So that's very exciting. Getting to the cover. Okay. So the cover, I had a graphic designer, a wonderful graphic designer out of San Francisco. Her name is Damini Dragoon, and she was the most patient person to work with on this cover. It worked out funny because of the way the eyes are. And if you look, I played this kind of a cool trick with it for marketing the book. The book comes out this Friday. And I'm so excited because what I did was, for the last 12 days, I did like a countdown. And what I did was I took the book and I had it look almost like it was my eyes. And then I played the song, Somebody's Watching Me. And then each time I had another reader, someone who read the book, they took a picture. And so every day was a new picture. If you want to check it out, it's on my Instagram page and on my Facebook page. I'm going to put down in the comments today my link tree, which links you to all of my web page, my Instagram page, my Goodreads page, my Amazon page. All my pages will be listed there, so you can get in touch with me. So you can see some of these, what they did. I mean, I have one here that I put down. Let me see if I can get it, so that you can see the idea here. I don't know if you can see. So you see, this is day 4. So it said 4 days, and I had a reader do it as well. That reader's my son. Actually, it was almost like a family affair this time around. I'm hoping that it picks up. I called it the Perfect Move Challenge. And so what I did was, now what I'm hoping is that you readers, my readers of this book who get this book, after you read it, I'd love for you to send me your pictures of your perfect move. It's like a challenge for you to do it. And I think it'll be so much fun. So I've been having so much fun with this book. Thank you, B. It is a fun way to promote the book. But what was even more fun was trying to come up with the cover, because I had this cover in mind, which again, it's funny, the glare from the glossy. I only wanted glossy. I thought it made it attractive because of the castle on the cover. I don't know if you see the bottom, there's a castle. I call it a castle. It is more like a very 1920s mansion. And for those of you who are on Long Island, I don't know if I have any of my Long Islanders here, my New Yorkers, if you could tell my accent. I did my bio. I forgot to mention I'm from New York, but I think you can get that from my accent, maybe. Did anyone find out about that? Get that clue that I'm from New York. And this story, the setting of my story, takes place on Long Island, on the Gold Coast of Long Island. And it's based on the castle on Long Island called Ohika Castle. Rosie, you're from Long Island. I know. And Mark too. Okay, I say hi. So again, someone asked me once again about the cover. I worked and collaborated with a graphic designer. I always had the idea I wanted the castle on the cover and some mystery, some kind of a mystery feel to it, an intrigue, suspense. And I had 2 things in mind. I had in mind a girl running away from the castle. And that one came out so good, it was hard to choose. So what I ended up doing, I see June's watching, Renee's watching, hi there. Oh, and Linda said that Ohika, which is this castle that inspired Malt's mansion in the book, she says it's gorgeous. And it is a gorgeous place that you can visit when you come to New York on Long Island. They do tours. They have a restaurant and a bar, and they have lovely formal gardens that you can visit. Again, if you go on my website or any of my Instagram and my Facebook, I'm starting to put my own tour that I took and some behind the scenes at the castle. How many books have you written? I am a new author. This is my very first baby. And I've been receiving some very nice reviews about it. And the main character is Hope Klein, and a lot of the readers have since said they like her so much that I'm thinking of bringing her into a second book. I don't want to go into too much detail about it because I don't want to bring any spoilers into this book. So I'm thinking that I will go for book 2. But this was really a labor of love, developing the characters and the themes that surround the book. But I'm going to read you a blurb from it, and maybe we'll be able to read inside the very beginning to see. Thank you, Renee. Congratulations. Thank you. I'm very excited. It's coming out. Linda says, tell them it's having its baby publishing birthday in 2 days. Friday it's coming out. It'll be available at all your online stores, paperback and ebook. The audiobook is being worked on. I'm hoping it's going to take a little bit, but I'm hoping it will come out. It says liked and shared from Indiana. Hi, Kelly. Okay, congratulations. Thank you, Heidi. So I'm just going to say one thing back again about the book cover. Since you're here watching me, I'll tell you a little secret. I didn't want to give up on the second cover because I liked it so much. She was so terrific, Dominique, my graphic designer. So what we did was we told the story in 3 parts. So what I did was, it's a story told in 3 parts. So I was able to keep the second cover I wanted. So if it ends up being the 3rd part. So let me just show you. So the first part says, welcome to Gold Coast Estates. And in this part, you get to meet the neighbors, all the characters, all the suspects, if you will, on this mystery. Then you continue on, and I have the next graphic where it's divided and it says tragedy strikes. Okay, and then someone's asking, is the second book going to be a continuation? I am going to bring back a lot of the characters. So it will continue from let's see what happens next, kind of like. Yes. And the third part is the part that I get so excited about. The third part is, if I could find it, is the one that I wanted as my second possible cover. And if you can see it, can you see? It shows the girl running away from the castle. And it has all this interesting other stuff, design, that I can't tell you what it exactly is because I don't want to spoil anything, but it's a hint. I put Easter eggs. I don't know, have anyone heard of Easter eggs? I put Easter eggs in my book. Some people do it. Dan Brown has been known to do it on his covers. I have it on the back of my cover. I have an Easter egg. I have this symbol here, this necklace and this charm. It plays a role in the story. And then inside the story, in those parts that I showed you, there are Easter eggs that after you read the book, you'll know what the Easter egg was. So I think that's fun. I don't know if yeah, sounds cool. Sounds really good. Thank you, June. Yes, it is a mystery. I've always liked the genre of mystery and thriller. So it is a mystery. It is a thriller. It's very suspenseful and intriguing. But I also spent a lot of time developing the characters because I really wanted the themes to come out. The themes of friendship, the theme of survival, the theme of love and hope. And also I wanted to bring out one of the characters here has Huntington's disease, and I really wanted to shine a spotlight on it. Would it be good for a book club? Okay, yes, it will definitely be good for a book club. And again, if you go onto my website or you email me, I will send you a free book club kit that I made because there are so many discussion questions that could come out of this. Especially when you start to get involved in the moral and ethical questions that will arise from this. The tagline to the book is "Good intentions aren't always what they seem," and that gets to the heart of the ethical and moral questions. You know, if you have a good intention, are you able to do things, that may not be so ethical? And by doing that, are you going to have good consequences or bad consequences? So it's a whole bunch of discussion questions I think would work very well for a book club. So yes, definitely ask me. I have free book club kits. Also, we are going to offer, it's free. And also Linda also is doing a great giveaway. I don't want to forget with the Creations by Carol. She's doing 2 free bookmarks. They are adorable and they're great for keeping track of your book or where page you're on. Also, I'll be giving out 3 free ebooks that I will send you as well. So, all you have to do is put your comments in and participate, what you're doing now, and Linda will take care of the rest, as she always does. She's terrific. Someone asked, how long did it take me to write this book? Okay, this is a running joke in my house, in my family, because I always love telling stories, and the seed for this story was many, many years ago. But then life took over and I got busy raising my family. And so it got put on hold. But it was always in the back of my mind. And so for the last, I would say, year and a half now, I worked on it. So I would say about a year and a half. It takes me a while because I really like to research the different themes that I'm putting in. So I spent a lot of time researching about Huntington's disease and what causes, Huntington's disease and the DNA involved in Huntington's disease. And there's also gambling involved in this book and football involved in this book. So I had to really start to learn about that as well. So it was a lot of fun learning about the gambling involved in football and things of that nature. So I really spent a lot of time researching it. I was inspired by like Dan Brown, and he does a lot of research. And you end up, besides enjoying getting a good mystery, you also enjoy learning about and taking away something that you may not have known. So that is good. Marilyn's watching. Eric's watching. It says here, food. Oh, yes. There's also food in this book. There is food in this book. So this book has matzo ball soup in it. It has a recipe involving stuffed cabbage in this book. This book is all these recipes that are mentioned in this book are in the free book kit. So that is something, another thing that you need to keep in mind. It's my mother's recipe and my grandmother's recipe for the stuffed cabbage, and the matzo ball soup is my mother's recipe that we've been using for many, many years, and so it's really very special. And then I have a pasta aioli, which is also a delicious pasta recipe that you'll enjoy as well. Also, let's see what else it says here. Yeah, the recipes. I love recipes. Yes. So that should be a lot of fun. What I want to do now is just read the back of the books to give you an idea of what the story is about. I also saw someone said, how long do I spend researching? When I get myself involved in researching, I could spend hours with it. I just get so addicted to it. I can spend a lot of time researching. I also connect with people and, meet with a lot of professionals in that particular profession. So if it's a doctor or medical profession, I would meet with a lot of different doctors. In football, I would speak with a lot of football players. I didn't speak with anyone that was an NFL player, but I did speak with a lot of the high school players and a lot of the high school coaches and get ideas from that. A lot of YouTube videos, watching some of the great people speak. That really helped me a lot. So that has been a lot of that. I find it a lot of fun. I think that we're all just learners. Everybody can learn something, for their whole life. And I think it's nice to just find out about things you don't know about. Okay, let's see. So I got Susan's watching. Hello, welcome. So I'm going to read now the back of the book, and then maybe I'll read an excerpt from inside the book. I'm just trying to see if there's anything else. No, I think let me do that now. So we'll start. We got, it says here, when the promise of the perfect move leads to peril, moving out of New York City into Long Island's upscale suburban community, Gold Coast Estates, is everything new mom Hope Klein ever imagined. A dream come true. The exclusive Gold Coast Estates community is situated on a subdivision of the formerly grand 1920s estate on Long Island, the magnificent Maltz Mansion. It still sits on top of a hill looming above the mini mansion homes of the modern day rich as a beacon of the grandeur of Long Island's past wealth. Hope enjoys getting to know her neighbors, a professional football player, a Holocaust survivor, a Huntington's disease victim, and a groundbreaking researcher. Each becomes special to her. Meanwhile, unbeknownst to Hope, there's a pair of eyes set on her, watching her every move. When a dead body is discovered in the affluent community, Hope's perfect world is turned upside down. Was it a suicide, an accident, or murder? Hope is determined to find out. Never underestimate the tenacity of a stay-at-home mom. If she's not careful, she might find herself the next victim. So there we have it. It says here, do you have friends that can go to for advice if you get stuck with writing? I have friends that I can help to help me with if I get stuck on writing. I brainstormed. I have my younger son is very good writing and he's very creative. So he helped me along when I would get stuck. My mother would also help me along when I got stuck. I also found that taking a break from it when I got stuck was really helpful. And I would watch sitcoms or drama shows, and I would get ideas of how they had things unfold. So I find watching TV programs from a writer's perspective, will help me to get an idea of what to do in my book. Like, how did they enter? What were they wearing? How did they speak? And so I do that sometimes when I have writer's block. Sometimes I go back to another chapter that I've worked on and just go back to that one. I have this thing called Post-it. And what I do is if I get stuck, sometimes you get stuck on a word. If you get stuck on a word, you want to find that perfect word that will speak exactly what you want to say, but you can't quite find it. And you sit there and you stare at your computer. So what I do is I post it and go. I put a Post-it note where the word should be, and I leave it blank, and then I know to go back to it. So I'm not wasting too much time on it. Linda writes, what goals would you like your readers to take away after reading this novel? Okay. I think, hi, Candace. I see Candace is here. Christine is here. Okay, thank you, guys. I think what I'd like you to take away with is the enjoyment of a good beach read, a fun read. And I'd like you to take away, I guess, learning about the Holocaust a bit, about the survivor, the Holocaust survivor in the book, and what he's gone through, and how he no matter what, he continues to survive, and the tragedies that happened to him. I want to spotlight the Huntington's disease as well. And I would like you to take away something that you may not have known, and that would be perfect for me. I'd be very happy with that. Heidi asks, are you a planner or a plotter? I am a plotter and a planner. Does that help you? I love to plot my books, and I will do a loose outline of where I want the book to go. However, the characters will lead the story. So if the characters take me in a direction, I will follow it to a point, if it makes sense. And what I found in writing this book, that when I went, sometimes I'd say, ooh, I put the character here and it's not working. And I will figure out how to take that character and put him or her where it belongs. And then it's like a puzzle. All of a sudden, the pieces start to fit together. And so I do let the characters help me a little bit. And I know it sounds cliche because you say to yourself, oh, the characters take you to the story. It does in a way. I mean, I definitely needed to have the outline and know what I wanted. And I remember Harlan Coben. He's the writer of the Myron Bolitar series. And he just came out with his book called Win. And I watched him on an interview, and he said, as long as I know A and Z and I know where I'm going, I might take, this way to get there, or I might take a different way to get there, but I have to get to Z. And I think that's the key with me as well. I needed to know how I'm starting and where I want to end up at the end, and then getting there is just a ride. And so that's basically what I've done. Okay, let's see. It says, if your book were made into a screenplay. Oh, you are so funny, Linda. Okay. Again, I might put this down in the comments, but we play that game. She asked the question, if your book was to become a movie, like who would play the characters? And my family, especially my son, loves to play this game. He recently played it with his girlfriend because they read the book, and we have a list of who we thought should play each character. I will say for Emily Clark, which is Khaleesi on Game of Thrones, she's very fierce, a real powerhouse, and so we thought of her as our main protagonist. Also, Reese Witherspoon could be another one that we thought would be a very cute one to do as well. So we'll see. I'm going to put down in the, I'll probably put it on my website so you can see the different ones that we picked. But it's so much fun picking out who would be the different actors and actresses to play the people who are in my mind. So that's exciting. It says here, is the first chapter or the last chapter the hardest? That's good. I think the hardest part is definitely the first chapter. And I'm going to go into that because I have a prologue. And you know what it is? That's the chapter that captures everyone. And the last chapter was fun to write because you kind of wrap everything up. So I thought that was a lot of fun, wrapping everything up in a neat kind of a way. So, yeah, the first chapter, writing that first line, is something that I think is a lot of fun, and is very challenging. So yes, I think that's the hardest part. I'm going to read. It's the prologue. So you can get an idea. I want to try and get, and you'll tell me, I'm hoping that I can capture the reader's attention right away. Another thing I did also, I hope I'm not rambling off any other topic. It says here, it seems there's a lot of characters. How do you keep track of them? There's not that many, but definitely I made each one count. So it's not hard to keep track of them. They're all interconnected in a way, and they all have such fantastic stories that no, it was not hard. It was a pleasure. It was terrific getting them, linking them, and watching how they interacted with one another. Getting back to this, we're going to read the prologue. It says here, another thing I did, I titled each one of my chapters. And then I followed another guy I like very much is James Patterson. I don't know, do we have any James Patterson fans out there? James Patterson writes thrillers and also like a mystery kind of a thing, but suspenseful thrillers. And one of the things he does is he writes short chapters with cliffhangers at the end of each of the chapters. And I try to do that as well. So what I tried to do is give you very short chapters, fun chapters. It's, it's going to be June, July when you're reading this book, and you're going to be somewhere nice outdoors, I hope. And so I gave you short chapters with a cliffhanger at the end so that you'd want to continue on to the next chapter. It says, oh yeah, B, you love James Patterson. I love him too. I just finished reading his second of the Red Book series. I mean, it was Black Book and then it was Red Book. Yeah, he writes so many books, very impressive. I think he's a Guinness Book World Record holder for it. It says here, would you use your family names or kids' names in the book? Guess what, Heidi? I did. I made this was a book with my family in mind. So yes, I did use names of family members, and that's something that maybe what I'll do is in the next few posts on Instagram or maybe on Facebook. It's a great idea. Maybe I'll say who the names, I got the names from. So let me read this. It's the prologue. Each one I said had a title, each chapter. This one's called Lies, Secrets, and Danger. Okay, so I'm going to just read that, and here we go. Hope placed her hand to her mouth, fighting back her urge to throw up. It isn't every day you find yourself hiding from a killer in a mansion. When Hope moved into Gold Coast Estates, she fantasized about visiting the mansion that towered on top of the hill. She envisioned strolling the beautifully landscaped grounds, eating the delicious delicacies, and sipping fine wine from the mansion's private stock. Never did she imagine herself lying beside wine bottles hidden in a wooden bench in the mansion's wine cellar. Hope remained still, motionless, as her eyes were fixated on the photo she held in her right hand. You think you know a person, thought Hope, struggling to make sense of everything that just unfolded. She shook her head. How did I not see it? I trusted you. Quietly, she put the photo in her back pocket. How did it get this far? The hairs on the back of Hope's neck raised. Her body tingled when she heard footsteps approaching. And I'm going to stop there because I don't want to spend too much time reading. But I hope that, and it continues a little bit more, and it ends where everything went black. And then from there, it goes back 8 months. And so I'm hoping that the reader, in reading this, thinks to themselves, what happened to this woman that she's, hiding inside a mansion in a wine cellar bench, in the bench in the wine cellar? And so what happens is then you go back 8 months and you find out how it all started, what happened with her. Someone said, did you get to choose your book title? Yep, I did get to choose my book title. The perfect move came because I thought it was almost like a double, triple entendre, because what kind of move is it? She did move from New York City, the Big Apple, to a quiet, suburban, exclusive gated community. And so that's a move, but is it the perfect move? And everyone and all the characters think they're making the perfect move, but are they? So I don't want to give too much away. Kathy writes, I love that you are reading. When I read the book, I hear your voice. Oh, and that makes it so much more interesting. I don't know. You like my voice? I was thinking of doing the audio book, but we'll see. I have somebody now that is working on it for me, and she has a spectacular, a little more calming voice than mine. So I'm not as much of a thick New York accent. Wow, your book sounds very intriguing. Thank you. Oh, you got to tell me how to say your name. Licha Hanny, I think. Oh, me and my pronunciations of names. Want to read, sound intriguing. Thank you, B. Okay, so let's see. Does anyone have any other questions? Otherwise, I'm going to look. Let me see. I'm going to look now. That you have a firm personality. Thank you. Thank you so much. Thank you for answering my question. Yes, I feel it was a very good question. Did I say your name right? I guess I did. Right? Licha. It's a beautiful name. Beautiful. Okay, Rose is watching. So now what I'm going to do is I'm going to, let me see. No, let me say no to this. Cancel. I'm going to look at some of the other questions. I wrote them nice and big. But is there anything here? Any other questions? All right, so let's see. It says about, let's see, the researching, the goals for the reader. Oh, what is my typical day like? What is a typical day like for me? So being that before, like let's say when I was working on this book, a typical day for me is first getting a cup of coffee. Can anyone relate to that? I had to get a cup of coffee first. And I would sit either outside. I'm a New Yorker for a few months out of the year, and then I'm a Floridian for the rest of the year. And so I'm very fortunate to be able to eat and drink my coffee outside and do a lot of work outside. I have to usually do my work in the morning to get it done, because otherwise I get too distracted with other things. So I find I'm a morning person. I don't know if anyone else who's writing or even reading. Do you read at night? Do you read, in the morning? When I read any of my books, I usually do that, at night. Someone asked, who is your favorite character to write for? Who is your favorite character for? Oh, I liked all my characters. It depended on when I was getting something done. Like if I was talking about Morgan, who has Huntington's disease, I enjoyed writing about her. Hope is the protagonist in the book, so I really enjoyed writing about her. I dream about all of them. I go to sleep and I think, what are they doing next? Does your characters stay with you? Yes, Heidi, I just saw yours. And Licha, you like coffee for sure. Yeah, me too. I have a lot of different cups that I love to drink out of, but I do have one that's my favorite that I just enjoy drinking out of so much. And in the book, I put that down, that she's so afraid of losing this coffee cup because she loves it so much that on the move, she takes it with her. She doesn't even attempt to put it in the moving van. So I try to bring a little bit of myself, in the book. It says here, Linda goes, what research did you do for this book? And it says, what do you do for relaxation? Okay, so what research did I do? I met with a lot of scientists. I met with a lot of football people. I did a lot of online research. And visited Ohika Castle at least 3 times. Nancy Milius, who is the one of the coordinators there, she handles marketing and advertisement. She also did a lot of the interior design and the restoration for Ohika Castle. And she was very kind to me, and she took me around, and I toured the entire facility, the entire beautiful mansion, and I got to see the different secret passageways, places that, people, the public didn't see. And she gave me nice, interesting little tidbits about, the previous owner, which was Otto Herman Kahn, which was another interesting tidbit, that Ohika is an acronym for the owner who built it in 1920s, which was Otto Herman Kahn. There were a lot of these nice little secrets that I found out when I went on the tours. A lot of them they do share with you. I do put a lot of them in my free book kit, my free book club kit. So, you definitely want to pick that up. Heidi wrote, do you do book signings? In Long Island, I'm going to try to get some book signings done. I am excited that the book will be at the book review in Huntington Village for sale there. It's a great independent bookstore that I've gone since my children were young. I'd go and I love it. Please support your independent bookstores. So I'll see if they want to do a book signing there. But the books will be there as well. So we'll see, maybe at the local library. I'm investigating it now to see how to do that. Linda writes, how intriguing that you got to see The Secret. Oh, yes, it was so cool. And interestingly enough, I have a video of me seeing where one of the passageways leads to, and I'm going to be putting that up. So I did a lot of that behind the scenes. It says, I love the book review. Yeah, Linda, I love the book review too. Oh, Kelly's on here. Hey, thank you, Kelly. Kelly Coates Gilbert, she just was on last week with her excellent book, and she says best of luck on your book. Best of luck on yours as well. She has an excellent book. Of course, the name is escaping me now, but check in Linda's on Linda's page. It talks about it, and it's a great book, and she did a fantastic job. Linda writes, I highly recommend The Perfect Move. Thank you, Linda. And I'm trying to think if there's any other questions. I'm looking to see what my favorite genres were. I had talked about that. Advice. Oh, and advice for writers. What I would say the advice for writers is I would advise you to not give up. Another interesting quote hi B, another interesting quote is that I wanted to say. Oh, she's replying to Kelly. Kelly, hi. And B says hi to Kelly. Another interesting quote that I had heard was the only difference between a published author and a writer, a person who is aspiring to write, is persistence and the ability not to give up. So really, if you think about it, that is true. If you persist and you're determined and you don't give up, that's the only difference between you and a writer, a published author. So that would be my advice. Let's see what else. Oh, okay. Again, it asked, I guess that's basically it. I don't even know. How are we on time, Linda? Oh, here it says here, Rosie asks, what was the most satisfying moment in the writing process for you? That's a good question. What was the most satisfying moment in the writing process? I think the most satisfying moment was when everything fell into place. And I discovered something that I didn't think the direction the story was going to go, and it went, and it fell in place so perfectly that I was so excited. So that was something. Linda says, can you tell us about the second book? We won't tell. Oh, you're so funny. Well, what I've been working, I have been working on it. It will take place again on Long Island. I will bring back Hope, the protagonist. I don't want to give too much away because if I say some other things, then they may know it may ruin it for this one. So I am going to write the second one. I don't know how much I can tell because if I say much more, then it might give a spoiler for this. So I feel bad, Linda. I was able to speak a lot more freely with you because you read the book. She says, how would you like readers to connect with you? How can they get the book kit? Okay, so to connect with me, I'm going to put in the comments below. I'm on Facebook with Elisa H. Klinger. You can DM me if you wanted the book kit, or you want to connect with me. I'm on Instagram. That one is called Follow My Writing Journey. It's a little long. So that's what I said. I will put down in the comments below how you could connect with me. On my website, you could subscribe to get the any updates about my second book, and also to get the free book kit. So that would be another way of doing it. So I'll be putting that in the comments. It says winners will be announced tomorrow, and then it says please ask Elisa questions. I should be thinking of some other questions. I know what I could share with you. One of the other things I put in the book is about a song. Many of us listen to music and it brings back a memory. And for the characters in this book, there's one song in particular that several of them, it brings a memory back. And that's You Are My Sunshine. I don't know if any of my readers out there have heard that song or have any special memories of You Are My Sunshine. For me, it was something that I sang to my children growing up, and my father sang it to me and my sisters, and it always brought back a lot of very warm, happy times. And in the book, it brings back memories for several of the characters. I actually created a trailer that you'll probably be able to see on Facebook or Instagram, that plays the song and then talks about each of the characters and what it could mean. I love that song. There, Heidi, you like it too. And so what I did was, interesting enough, I don't know if you see my necklace, but it's a sunflower, and in the side, the sunflower, it says, "You are my sunshine." It says, "You are my sunshine." So, yes, Licha, it's a great song. I love it. And so I have this, and it's getting stuck. So I thought it was so cute. And I even have a music box that plays "You Are My Sunshine" as well. And every time I look at this or I play the song, it just brings back such great memories. So I was happy to include that in the book. And I love my little necklace. Thank you. Oh, you like that? Thank you, Linda. Gorgeous. Yes, it is a pretty necklace, B. Yeah. So it's very cute, and I just think it's clever how the sunflower opens up, and then you have it, and it's on both sides, which is rare, that you could have it on both sides. So whenever I wear it, I don't have to worry about which way I put it on. I only got it recently. Thank you, B. Thank you, Heidi. Thank you, Linda. The necklace is available. I got it at Be Kind Shop with BEE, the bumblebee, Be Kind Shop, and it was really very inexpensive. It wasn't too much, too much, and I love it. I think it's a nice piece, and it reminds me of my book, and so that was a lot of fun. Thank you. Yes, my daughter's favorite flower is the sunflower. Licha, your daughter's, my favorite flower also is the sunflower. They're magnificent when you see them, especially on Long Island around this time when you go up, to Amagansett or to the Hamptons area, Montauk. You start to see the sunflowers, and they're just beautiful. Very, very nice. Yes. Let me see what else I can tell you about. So coming up with the title was a lot of fun. I had many other titles. Another title I had was Gold Coast Estates. Being that things happened at the castle at Oheka and football was involved, I had this other idea called Touchdown Oheka. So it was a lot of fun, coming up with the, what do you call it? Oh, look, Kelly, you are so fast. Kelly put down where you could get the necklace. Very good. Hey, Kelly, put down where you can get my book. I'm just teasing. Thank you, Christine. I hope I answered everybody's questions. Yes, Linda, thanks you too, Kelly. And so I had some other titles as well. But I thought The Perfect Move worked well. Another thing that was interesting when you think about naming a book, you want something that's short, and that people can, if they want to talk about it, can remember. So you don't want something too long-winded. Other times you have books that are named after the character. So that was another thing I could have considered. It says, did you get to pick your book cover? Yes, I did. And I had a choice of 6 different book covers that I was able to choose from. I also was able to choose if I wanted it matted or glossed, and I was able to get involved in every aspect of creating this book, and that was what was like half the fun of after writing it. And this is even fun, creating, the marketing for the book and the excitement about the book. I hope everyone is excited about it. And I hope that when if you do pick up the book and you do read it, that you do one of those Perfect Move challenge for me, and send it to me, either on Facebook or DM it to me, or, like I said, I'll put all my contact information. Kathy writes, definitely a memory song for many people. It is the standard at nursing homes. Oh, that's interesting. Lots of smiles follow. Love the title. Thank you so much, Kathy. That is interesting that it's a standard at nursing homes. I guess that's, it brings back a good memory. That's very nice. Lika says, that's very nice that you go to pick your title. Got to pick my title. Yes, yes. And, Linda, thank you. I'm so excited. You know, Linda, you have to do one of these. The book, I want you to do a perfect move challenge. If you don't have another thing, you don't have to have the actual book. You can do it. It works nicely with the Kindle or with your computer, and you can do this with the Kindle or with the ebook. It works really very nice. And I'm really excited to start to see other people's, people have been sending them to me, and I'll start to post them. And it's a lot of fun to see. It really lended itself very nicely towards the shape of your face. So that was a lot of fun. Yes, will do. Thank you, Linda. Thank you. So let me think about anything else. Oh, page count. That's another thing I wanted to talk about. Depending on your genre, it depends on how many words you would write and how many pages. I stuck to that as well. I think that for a mystery thriller, it's usually between 65,000 and 90,000 words. But again, you know, less is more. I don't think that you need to be too wordy in a mystery thriller. You have to find the right word. It says, who else will do the challenge? Yes. All right. Who else is going to do my challenge? And then it says, me, Heidi. Thank you, Heidi. Yeah, so it'll be fun to see the challenge. If you look now, I have about 12 of them up. Tomorrow is day 1 of the countdown. There's 1 day left, so I saved that one for me. I'll be doing the last one. And you look up the song, Somebody's Watching Me, and it's very cute. It goes with it. And again, it gives that feel of intrigue. When I get the book, thanks, Christine. When you get the book comes out Friday. It'll be available on Amazon. It'll be available for iBook. It'll be available for Kindle. It is in paperback. And the audiobook hopefully will come, within the next few months. I would say 6 months. I don't know if that's going to happen that fast. So thank you. I hope that you enjoy. If you have any other questions, please put them on for me. Let me know. Otherwise, I might wrap it up. I don't want to keep everyone. Again, oh, Linda, you're so sweet. She writes, happy book birthday, June 4th, 2021. And then Heidi writes, you authors work so hard. Yeah, it's a labor of love, though, Heidi. I really love it. You know what's not a labor of love that makes me crazy? Editing the book. That's not the fun part for me. I get crazy with editing the book. That takes a lot out of me, because the writing is fun. You start and you write your first draft, you get it all on paper, and then you can clean it up a little bit and you make it better, and then you got to edit it for, typos and spelling and grammar. And that's where I find it a little more difficult. Thank you. This was fun. Thank you, B. I hope everyone had a nice, an informative and fun time. Thank you, Lisa, for visiting with us. Thank you for everyone for coming tonight. I think we're going to send off. I thank you. Any other questions, please put them down in the comments. I will put down where to connect with me. And I really hope I hear from every one of you. Enjoy the Friday, the perfect move. Thank you so much. Don't forget, Elisa, to list where to find you. I am going to do that. I'm going to do that now. I'm going to list it. I will be adding it to my TV. Oh, thank you so much. Thank you, Lika. Thank you so much. Thank you. I guess I'm just waiting to see if anyone has anything else to say. Thank you for coming, Kathy. Thank you. I really appreciate everyone coming. This was terrific. It's my first one, so I think it came out all right. I got to learn not to come so close. All right, thank you, everyone. We're going to sign off. Let me know how to find you, Christine. I'm gonna put it in the comments right now. I'm gonna hang up, and then I'll put it right on. I'm gonna do what's called a link tree, and if you click on it, it puts all my information, and it should all be there, and I'll put my email address. All right, thank you so much, everyone. Thank you. Bye-bye.